The best investment on earth is earth. Louis Glickman. Welcome back to Wealth and Wellness Grace. On today's episode, you get to hear some lessons I learned as a real estate investor in 2023. So, listen to some of these lessons and hopefully they help you on your journey to investing. And please share in the comments below some of your lessons. I'd love to hear your stories as well. One of the lessons I learned in real estate is mind your business. You see, this is underrated, but this is the most critical thing you can do for your business. Minding your business means do things that are beneficial to your business. Don't worry about what other businesses are doing. And I know this is going against the grain for what some people say, you see, because then sometimes people are following trends. Somebody's saying short term or the short term rental. If somebody's saying do long term, you're running. Somebody's saying multi-family, you're running. Guess what? What are you comfortable doing? What is your business doing? Do you have a business plan? Are you following your business blueprint or are you just following everybody else? So what really helped me this year was think about following my business model and get back to it. Because on social media, most people have this thing of, I did 50 closings, right? I closed 50 houses in 1 year. And for me, I've been in this business for 6 years. So I'm like, okay, should I run into the same thing? But it might not be feasible for me. Could be the funding, it could be the capability, we see, with my team. So you have to know what you're capable of doing, because that's what most people, sometimes they don't succeed. They might grow so fast and then everything shuts down. So you need to know what you're capable of doing by minding your business and focusing on that business plan. Second thing, especially one of the most important things I had to learn, is not everybody wants you to succeed. And this is really something with life. Sometimes people don't want us to win as much as we want them to win. So I was purchasing this particular property, and for some reason, I even offered more to the seller. But she kept asking, who is Kissa Homes? What is Kissa Homes? And this and that about Kissa Homes. And every time she would go online, because I told her we are a team of people and this and that, she would only see me. so she kept coming back. How come it's only you listed as Kissa Home manager? Who am I selling my property to? Because she really cared who was buying her property. So finally I came out and I was like, you know what? I am the CEO of Kissa Homes, right? And do you know she backed out at the last minute? So my attorney was like, we can go after her for specific performance. She needs to perform. I was like, you know what? You can't take away somebody's blessing. And tell you what that does. You see, your blessings are going to be taken away because you're taking away somebody else's. So I was like, don't worry. You don't want me to buy yours. Guess what? Good luck. And it took them forever to sell that property. So I was like, you see, you're trying to take away from me, thinking you're going to win in the end. And yet I really wanted to offer them what the property was worth. So just another reminder that people look at you and they're like, maybe they don't want you to win. You're a female, you're an immigrant. You see, having a CEO is so overwhelming for them. So I'm doing more than most. And especially with how I am down to earth and I don't go out there brag and show this. You see, I'm just a simple person. That's what I like to believe. And so sometimes people don't think that you deserve it. But I'm now going back and forth with people. So I know my blessings are coming back to me because God has my blessings on my name. So you can't take them away from me. So knowing that and also being okay with that is imperative. Another thing is making sure that you always have equity, at least 30% ideally, in your properties. This is one of the things that actually one of my favorite cousins and my biggest mentor told me. When he found out that I'm doing real estate, he literally came from New York and came to visit. And I went around showing him properties in Louisiana, and he was so impressed with me. And he was like, but always make sure, whatever you try to do, always have equity, at least 30% in your properties. Don't over leverage like most people do. You see, that's how you end up making mistakes. That's how you end up selling because you're trying, you see, You just try to get rid of the problem. No, 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 no. If you have equity positions, you have a say. You see, then you don't have to sell for pennies. And that's how sometimes people lose their business and end up in bankruptcy because they don't have any equity in their properties. So I always took that to heart. And most of my properties have equity built in, but the ones that I'm just purchasing, some of them don't have the 30%, but I'm growing towards that. And of course, having more than 30% is the goal. And thanks to my mentor for that great tip. Another thing about real estate is making sure that you know everything about insurance. This has been one of the biggest lessons I learned last year, because it was one reason to another that I had to deal with so many different insurance companies, and all of them, or most of them, not doing what they're supposed to do. Literally, one, I'm still dealing with it right now as we speak. You see? So at first, I used to trust the insurance agents. And they'll be like, okay, my agent will quote me this, and my agent got me. I don't have to learn anything about insurance. This is your business. At the end of the day, it's going to cost you. It's not going to be the agent. It will be you. It's your problem. You see, the agent, after something happens, they don't want nothing to do with you. You see? So all you have to do is be open and willing to learn about what's going on with insurance, what's going on with the market, just be out there learning something. So this year I really went to several insurance seminars because I needed to learn everything I need to learn about insurance. And I didn't learn everything, of course, because that's really not my thing about insurance, you see. I'm still learning, but this year I definitely learned enough that I need to implement in my business. I'm looking to make sure that I have the right insurance companies and also what I have covered on my properties. Because sometimes you think, okay, I have a landlord policy. What type of landlord policy is that? You see? So it definitely depends. And so just having insurance is not the same. They have so many different insurance and they cover different things. You see, some of them even have loss of rental revenue. So guess what? If I don't have that and something happens to my property and I can't collect a check, guess what? I end up with zero. If you have that, something happens, you don't even have to worry about the property getting renovated. So long as nobody's there, you are getting paid. You see, those are the things I got to learn this year. So I really appreciate the fact that I learned the lesson because I'm going to do better this year. And also, another thing also that I learned this year is, and as an investor, you have to also follow up. You see, this is your investment. This is your baby. That means make sure that you go to those inspections. Just because somebody said that they did something doesn't mean they actually did it. Go follow up. Make sure things are done the way they're supposed to be done. Because a lot of people here, they like to take shortcuts. Not here, the world nowadays, like shortcuts. They say they did something and they didn't do it, and it's costing you money. It's not right. So make sure that you're following up because this is going to cost you if you don't. I really learned about how you can leverage debt and also build business credit and leverage business credit to help you grow your business, especially in 2023. Initially, one time I got offered close to $1 million. You see, all I had to do is put down a down payment and then I was going to build these 10 duplexes. Do you know that dream is still in the works? Because I already have the property. I already did a survey. I already talked to a civil engineer and they drew the maps. And so I already have so much going on, but I was scared of debt. So I understand when people approach me and they're like, oh my God, 100,000, 200,000, that's so much money. I know, sometimes that's how we think about debt, but you have to think about debt differently. You see, what are these 10 duplexes going to do? You see, and if they offer me, and I think it was going to be less than 5% interest. So that's free money because you're not the one paying for the debt, especially if you do it right. Because that was supposed to be an assisted living. So people are going to live in there, they're going to pay for it, and I'll really just have to manage the debt, but just being able to take the risk and do it. And then also the business credit. Most people don't even have any business credit. They have businesses for years, but they didn't think it was important to build business credit. So in the upcoming videos, watch out for the next video. I'm definitely putting together how to go about building business credit, because when I started, I built my business credit and I had good business credit. I just didn't want to take on anything, you see. But last year, I got $100,000 in funding because that's how serious I was. We're gonna get this business credit. And it helped me because when I started on different projects, I was able to fund them. Because starting a project and not able to fund it and the workers are waiting on you to pay, oh no, that's not a good idea not to have the funds readily available, because then that's costing you more the more you're not done with that project. So having these funds, in fact, I refer to business credit as my private partners, because they don't have to know that they're actually funding me privately. But the fact that I have the actual money to be able to fund projects, go to Home Depot to be able to do something, you see, and pay for it readily and not wait, that definitely helped me this year. And so I'm hoping for the best for you this year. And anybody else who is interested in starting their journey in real estate investing, please reach out to me, because I'm one of those agents who is so vested in helping investors, helping people with primary residences, helping so many people. And I know other things that other agents might not know about. So because I hear this a lot sometimes. People reach out to me and they're like, I already have an agent, but I really want to do investing. And in my mind, I'm like, I'm not going to tell you not to go with your agent. Never. Not me. You see? But everybody has their own, niche. And my niche is investing. So you might be wherever you are, but I will try to help you wherever you are in the US to get that investment. Right now, I'm consulting with somebody in Massachusetts. Literally, she got into a bad investment, and we are trying to get her out of it. We are trying to figure out how can we make this investment work. So those are the things I'm able to do for you. So put in the chat below what you think, and I'm definitely going to do more consultations with different people all over the world, or even all over the US. And hopefully I get the right connections, because then we all need to work together and make this happen. So this year, I'm really looking out for you to partner, you see, joint venture. Because before I was like, I'm just going to do my own thing, because I tried the partnership thing and it didn't work. A lot of people say they want to do something, but they're wishy-washy. So I'm really looking for serious people only, quality people only. If you're not a quality person and you know you don't follow through, don't reach out. Please don't. Don't reach out. I need actionable people. I need people who are going to put in the work, people who are going to make those sacrifices, people who know what they want and who want more in life. You see, because if you're comfortable, I can't help you. You see, I'm not comfortable. You see, so I want to do more in life. I want to serve, because that's one of my goals this year, to serve more. You see, so if I want to serve and do all those things, I need to be able to have enough backing whereby I'm not tied up somewhere and I could be doing something else. So that's what having the partnerships can do, whereby I have so many projects sometimes and I need the funding readily available. So if I have a partner, I can literally reach out and be like, can you wire such and such? Done. And the project can be done just like that. So we definitely have to work together. And also, this is a pro tip that I also can add on to one of these. One of my mentors told me a long time ago that Black people will never be nothing until they own. But another thing that he also mentioned in that same conversation, he said, Black people would not be nothing until they work together. You see? So I normally talk about the owning part, but he talked about the working together part. So I saw how important that is, especially last year, working together as a people, because most times we talk about stuff and we all want to do our own thing, which is commendable, but doing your own thing takes time. You see, you can go so fast, but you're going to run out of breath so quick. And yet, if you have partners, you see, you can literally strategize ideas. You can mastermind. You can do more, whereby you're not always winded. You see, so for these past 6 years, I literally would reach out to so many people and they would start, they're like, oh yeah, let's consult with you. And they would start and they're like, they want to invest in Kissa Homes. And when the time came after I got the deal, do you know they all backed out? So right now we have 3 investors in Kissa Homes. And I'm grateful to these investors. And somebody else reached out and they were like, we want to invest $20,000 to be a part of Kissa Homes. Sorry, the price went up. You have to have $100,000 to have equity in Kissa Homes at this point. And Lily, I had to tell them, like, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but we can give you equity. We can give you interest for your $20,000, but that's not going to work. No. But and yet before, Lily, even $1, if somebody said, Grace, I'm giving you $1, I would have been like, okay, come get some equity. But you see, we miss out on opportunities like that. So we need to understand that when somebody is really passionate about something and they're doing and you know their character, you need to give them a chance. So a lot of people, especially in Louisiana at the time, who knew about me and what I was trying to do, and the ones I talked to and I gave them the opportunity and didn't use it, I'm sure they're regretting at this point because they can't really invest until they have at least $100,000. That's the least you can have to invest and be a partner in Kissa Homes at this point. But you can be a part of Kissa Consultants, and that's where the equity comes in. So give it whatever you want to be a part of Kissa Consultants, and we'll pay you in equity, you see? Or we can, because it's starting out, so it's a new business, so we can pay you some equity or interest. So whichever deal we put together. Yeah. But I'm excited for y'all. Y'all don't know because I've been wanting to share this so badly before the end of the year, but I wanted to wait. So when you're ready and juvenile, so y'all can get these lessons because we need investors. It's a lot of deals to be made this year. 2024 is the year. So if you've been sitting on the sidelines, don't be like me. I waited 10 years before I became an investor. And this is going to be another episode. How I started and how I actually made my business. Because I literally started with zero. I had to borrow money from my kids' bank account to go make the payment to the bank to register my business. So that goes to show you, if you really want to be an investor, you need to put some of these steps in action. Learn from these lessons, but you need to start acting. In the other video, I mentioned goal setting. So these are the goals you need to set. This is a year. Okay? So thanks for sharing your stories and also for watching my videos. Continue sharing, continue liking, continue commenting. I really appreciate you all from the bottom of my heart. We are going to do wonderful things in 2024. I'm looking forward to it. Until next time.